Dear children, welcome to the class 8 political science class. We will discuss chapter number 1, the Indian Constitution. In this chapter, we will know that what are the key features of the Indian Constitution. I hope you remember that what is Constitution. Constitution is the fundamental supreme law of any nation. It defines powers, functions, composition, form of the government. It contains our fundamental rights, directive principles, and the duties of the citizens. Now it's time to understand that who made this constitution, how it was formed, who made it. Let's know it. Constitution was formed by the Constituent Assembly. The first meeting of the Constituent Assembly held on 9 December 1946. They began their work of framing the Constitution. Total 11 sessions held and 299 members were involved in framing of the Constitution. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President of the Constituent Assembly and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Keeping in mind the diversity and the dreams of the freedom fighters, they framed the constitutions, and this whole process took around 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. And after that, Indian Constitution, the process of framing the Constitution was over on 26 November 1946. So it was passed on 26 November 1946 and legally it was enforced on 26 January 1950. Constitution of India is the largest constitution in the world with 395 articles, 22 parts and 12 schedules. Constitution of India declares India as a sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic. In brief, there are 5 key features of the Indian Constitution. Federalism, number 1. Number 2, parliamentary form of the government. Number 3, separation of power. Number 4 is secularism. Number 5 is fundamental right. Now let's move ahead and find out what is inside these key features. So the first key feature is the federalism. India is a federal country. It means that one government does not rule the whole country. There is existence of more than one country. So federalism means existence of more than one level of government. Like in India, there are 3 levels of the government, as you can see from the diagram: central government, state government and panchayat system. Central government at the central level, state government at the state level and local government at the panchayat level. These all 3 levels of the government draw their authority from the Constitution. Constitution defines their powers. Constitution tells their sources of income and it specifies the work of each level. This is federalism, means more than one level of government. Another important feature of the Indian Constitution is the parliamentary form of the government. Our Constitution guarantees universal adult franchise. It means all you know that the people 18 or above have the right to vote. This right to vote is universal to all the Indian citizens. These citizens elect their representatives for the parliament directly or indirectly, which is a legislative body. From this legislative body, the party which gets the highest number of representatives or MPs in the parliament forms the government, and leader of the ruling party becomes the prime minister, and the prime minister and his cabinet holds the executive power. So you can see that the government is formed from the legislative body, means from parliament. So government is forming from the parliament and this government holds the executive power. So because this holds the real executive power. This is by the Prime Minister and his cabinet holds the executive power. This is why this government is called the cabinet government. On the another hand, this government means the cabinet and the Prime Minister are collectively responsible to the parliament. So this is why this is a responsible form of government. Next important feature is the separation of power. As you know that there are three organs of the state or government: the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. Judiciary is the system of courts like Supreme Court, High Court, and local courts. Legislature is the parliament which makes the laws for the country, and executive which enforces the laws made by the parliament. It includes the Prime Minister, cabinet ministers, as well as the administrative officials. So here in the country, what is the meaning of the separation of power? It means the power is divided among the three organs of the government. It is not concentrated in the one hand, and all these three organs are at equal level and they control each other with the check and balance. Next important key feature of the constitution is the secularism. With the 42nd amendment, this term secularism was added in 1976 during the emergency imposed by Indian National Congress. Do you know that who was the Prime Minister at that time? The Prime Minister was the First Lady Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Secularism means that state does not promote any religion, right? There is no official religion like the Pakistan and Sri Lanka are having their own official religions, but India gives equal respect to all the religions, and state means the government does not discriminate on the religious grounds. All the religions are equal for the state. There is a separation of the religion from the state. It means state does not interfere in the religious matters and religion does not interfere in the state matters. All citizens have equal status and equal fundamental rights. All citizens have right to freedom of religion. They can profess, develop, spread, or may change their religion according to their wishes. This is secularism. So the last important feature is the fundamental rights, and our constitution guarantees 6 fundamental rights. Say with me: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to constitutional remedies, cultural and educational rights. There will be a separate video over these fundamental rights and we will explain these fundamental rights there. Let's know the briefings of these fundamental rights. Right to equality means all are equal before the law and all are equally protected by the law. Right to freedom means right to freedom of speech, right to life, and right to choose any job. Right against exploitation, this prohibits child labor and forced labor. Right, this is against this right protects against the exploitation. And the next right is right to freedom of religion. It means that we can profess and practice any religion. It gives the freedom to choose any religion. Next fundamental right is cultural and educational right. Basically it is for the minorities, to protect the culture, religion, or languages of the minorities. Constitution given this right to cultural and educational rights. Under this they can establish their institutions to promote their culture. So this is how we have reached at the end of the lesson. I hope concepts are clear to you now. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.